Oh man, what's happening? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everybody else in between. My quick thoughts about the BET Social Media Awards. It was an epic failure on all proportions. Michael Blackson, who was the host, I'm just going to say this. Michael Blackson, in the words of LeVar Ball, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, partner. And it's no disrespect to you, because I actually, believe that you are funny. You know what I mean? Any brief stand-up I've heard of you, you are a good entertainer. However, you're not a good host. Your type of comedy belongs to the people in our age group and up. Young folk ain't checking you like that, because in the millennial generation, they are all about, holding their cell phones up, trying to get likes and dislikes. So they are attention deficit. Something I should have, I think I put it on social media, but they are attention starved, I guess you want to call it. But they have ADHD, I'm sorry. Because that's the correct term now, according to the DSM. They don't care. Even if you had Drake out there performing or hosting, they would have still had their phones out, not really paying attention to what the presenter, whether it be Drake, whether it be 21 Savage. Now I still can't believe you Negroes are adopting the last word, or not the last word, but the name Savage, and y'all think this is cute, when if you did Black History, that's what white folks used to call us. They used to call us savages. They used to call us subhuman. But y'all want to follow this trend like savage is cute. It's in vogue. It's trendy. It's something that black people should gravitate towards, when you don't understand the power of words. The power of words will dictate how an individual or a generation or a group of people will act. And savage is such a primitive term, but you guys think it's, like I said, you guys think it's cool. But I come from the generation, grew up in the 80s and 90s. And we thought sagging was cool. So I understand, but we didn't put no words to it like that. And speaking of sagging, it was a certain way you had to sag. You know what I mean? It's not like what you see now, where you got guys sagging and you see their underwears. Nah. We didn't play that. If you sag, you better have a long shirt and you better have baggy pants. Not this skinny jean, fake rock and roll, Lil Wayne induced type of fixture that you guys are on now. But that's beside the point. Michael Blackson was terrible. And that's only because he's presenting to an audience that wants Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter likes. And they're not really paying attention to the actual program. But you can't blame them. Did you see the program? Did you see how it was poorly presented? There was a joke made that, I believe it was Blackson who said, gotta make sure I come on time because black folk, they don't come on time or something like that. But the whole show looked like it was unorganized. Just no kind of direction. And in fact, I don't know about y'all, but when I was watching the show, a few times, my TV went out. So, what was that? Maybe it was the anticipation on the viewership. I don't know. But it kept going in and out. But when it stayed on, you had people who won these social media awards. DC Young Fly, he won. They had Just Hilarious on there. And sidebar, the comedians or people y'all think that's funny today, they could not hold, they could not, I'm going to give you a biblical reference. They couldn't touch the hem of the garment of the comedians in the past. What you have these days with these young so-called comedians, yes, I'll give them props because they can improv real well, but that's all they can do. Imagine hearing DC Young Fly have a hour performance on a HBO, Comedy Central, or whatever. Imagine him and Just Hilarious and any of them that's coming out now, because social media has given them a platform where they can act absurd, obnoxious, and just talk. And I know some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but just talk nigga talk. And what I mean by nigga talk is that what you see from them, you can see that from your homeboys in your crew. Homeboys or homegirls in your crew. Trying to be extra decorative, extra, out the way. Like I said, obnoxious or whatever. They're not, they're funny along the people, along their homies. But as far as like having a storyline, having a certain originality, they don't have it. Anybody can be a comedian these days. And you ask the old school comics or whatever, They will tell you it took years for them to get into business. Now, turn on social media, you act a fool, act a a-hole, or whatever, and bam. Because you got so many followers or likes or whatever like that. It's no different from Cardi B. Let's keep it funky. Cardi B could be a comedian, but she chose to do rap. And to be quite honest with you, and I know some of you niggas ain't gonna like this, she's not even writing the rhymes that she's spitting. So she's a carbon copy. Old school. Like they used to do with R&B and soul acts. And you say, oh man, what's wrong with that? You know, all the great singers and whatever. So how come Cardi B can't just No, this is what made rap different. Rap was based upon originality, skills, and your ability to create rhymes yourself. Singers have always had writers. Real rappers didn't. But we are in the generation where, it doesn't matter, as long as the track sounds hot, as long as it's trendy, as long as, it's sounding like the sound that's out now or whatever, then, it's popping. No originality. That's why I don't mess with hip-hop, man. I don't mess with hip-hop no more. I don't. And if I have my periods where I indulge in hip-hop, it's all old school. I don't mess with these young Negroes. I don't mess with them. I just don't. I'm sorry. But anyway, going back to the social media awards. As usual, with most of these awards ceremonies that they have now, there's always an agenda. And my thing is, I don't mind black women being quote unquote empowered. Succeeding or doing things on different levels and stuff like that and being acknowledged for it. But my thing is, where are the men? I mean, where's your Will Packards? Where's your Ryan Coogler's? Where's your Tyler Perry's? Where is the empowerment for black men? So you mean to tell me that black Twitter only runs off of black women? So we only have to uplift black women? And also, I'm gonna ask y'all this. I ain't tell y'all. I wrote it in an article with this whole Black Lives Matter movement. What's up with this intersectionality or whatever? What's up with that? What's up with only giving praises for black women for speaking out? Now, I'm not going to say, even with the Me Too movement that's going on, I'm not going to say victims of sexual assault, sexual abuse shouldn't have a voice. They should. But in the context of that, where are the men? Where are the young black boys? It's almost like we have a closed society where only the black woman can talk about certain things and then blame the man, where we have the same amount of sexual assaults, same amount of sexual abuses that happens to the men. But no one wants to talk about that. Oh, you a man, deal with it, nigga. Is that where we at? Is that where we at? And then you have two gentlemen who won an award, and they look soft as tissue. They look so effeminized that, okay, it's almost like this. This is like, okay, we gonna let these Negroes win, but we gonna have our strong black women represent the whole award ceremony. Really? Is that where we at, Black America? Black women? Is that we will tolerate the beta male, or, because that word has been thrown around so many times that, you know, I really don't even like to use that word, but we're going to tolerate the weaker or effeminized or the transsexual male. Because when I was watching the program, you had this Negro with a weave dancing, all in the video, all on stage, performing. And I believe he ended up winning one of the awards. I'm like, okay, so you guys, you black women, and again, I'm not demonizing black women. I ain't trying to be no Sotomayor or nothing like that. But y'all want to tolerate this in front of the world as the epitome of black masculinity? A Negro that y'all can control? That y'all wouldn't, and here's the bad word, submit to? Is that where we at, Black America? And then you had other performances. This girl named Cash Doll or whatever. Now, let me ask you a quick question. What makes her so different from Cardi B? The type of song she sang, even though I didn't know who this Negro was, the type of song she sang was no different than a record that I heard from Cardi B. Unintentionally. Because I don't listen to Cardi B. I could be in the store. I could, you know what I mean, be with somebody else, you know what I mean, in their car and they listen to music or something like that and the song come on. So that's the only reason why I know about the song. So, what makes her different than Cardi B? Oh, I get it. But y'all don't want to say nothing though. And then on top of that, the performance, what she had on, it wasn't, as y'all would say, Gucci. I mean, a lot of people say, well, this is the first performance, this is the first show, and blah blah blah. But what about black excellence? What happened to that? So is this cool to be niggified as our presentation to the world? You even have people on social media, Black Twitter, hashtag Black Twitter, was like, this ain't the deal. You had them saying that. So, sorry about that. Had a phone call come through. Sorry, I had another phone call. Gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because apparently I need to talk to somebody. But anyway, I'll probably do maybe a part 2 or whatever like that, but I got some stuff to talk about within this award show. All right, peace.